Hello white belts and welcome to your training videos. So you'll see some other videos in this section where we're going to show you Sajidarugi number 2 and Sajimaki in a little bit more detail. So there's they're the training exercises you have to do. But I just want to also show you some of the activities you might be asked to do in your grading so you're not too sort of scared or anxious on the day. We're all a friendly bunch looking out for you and assessing you, so don't worry too much about it. So I just want to go through a few of the things. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to identify yourself. So we will stand in our attention. So we've got our feet in a V shape. We put our right hand up like this. I'll show you facing the other way so you can see which hand. So it's this one here. And the other hand is behind our back. Some people like to tuck it in under the belt. That's completely fine. Same as when we're stood waiting for commands, we will typically, you'll see our senior students will have our arms behind our back. And there's various different ways. Some people like to hold their wrist. Some people like to put their hands on the belt here. I know quite a few people like to do this, which is very traditional. But you will often see us standing feet parallel, hands behind our back. This is kind of like our we're waiting to be told what to do kind of stance. So try and learn that because it's very good and it really helps us know who's ready to go. So you'll put your heels together, your feet angled out. Your right hand will come up. You'll say your name. So I would say Chris Ryu. And then you'll say your grade. So this is going to be a little bit difficult. I'm assuming when you're watching this, you're a white belt. So you'll say 10th cup. So 10th cup. So if you imagine a cup of, you've drunk 9 cups of water and you're just about to drink your 10th cup. That's what you're going to say. So say your name, 10th cup. And then you'll return to your ready stance, if you like. So your hands behind your back. You're waiting to be told what to do. So we will start at the senior student and we will work our way down. So hopefully there's some other people grading. And so hopefully you'll be able to copy them before it gets to you. We'll put the most confident people at the first ones. So that's the first thing you're going to do. We're then going to, after a little bit of a warm up, we're also going to do some leg raises, but we're going to do them in the traditional way. So they're called rising kicks. So you're going to be asked to go into chumbi. So I'll just remind you, we put our feet together, we bring our hands up and we come out, feet shoulder width apart, knuckles down like this. And from there, we're going to go right leg out diagonally into a walking stance. So I'll just give you a demo. My hands are going to go out like this, like I'm holding up shopping bags, and my leg is going to go straight. So it's a straight back leg, front leg, knee is bent. Okay. In the encyclopedia, it says 50-50 weight. It's actually a little bit more front loaded than that. You can't really do 50-50, but it's essentially we're spreading our weight between the two legs. That's the important thing. Our back leg is going to stay straight, and we're going to bring our leg up and back down. As we're doing that, we're going to cross our arms, and then we're going to throw them back down as they were. So I'll give you a little demo, like that. So we're just aiming for belt height for the first few, and then try and go a little bit higher each time if you can. No pressure though, as long as you can do belt height, it's totally fine. What will happen once you've done 10, so after each one, you're going to be asked to count out loud. So you're going to do your leg raise, you're going to cross your hands down here, and then you're going to say the number. Now you can, if you're able to, you can count in Korean, but if that's too difficult at this stage, then you can count in English. So you can just count out loud as best as you can. And you notice how I did the breath. So as you're doing the move, try to do the loud breath if you can. After those 10, you're going to be asked to jump and change. So you're then going to jump up in the air and you're going to switch your legs around so that you're facing diagonally that way instead. So from there, your back leg, just the same as before, is going to do the leg raise, cross your arms and back down. So we're going to do that 10, 10. You'll then be asked to borrow, which means return. So we're going to come back here. And then we'll go on to your next activity. Now, depending on who's there on the day, it might be different activities, but you'll probably do some pad work. So you've done some of this already, and at white belt, it's not too tricky. So most of what you're going to be asked to do, or the only things you're going to be tested on, I should say, is keeping your hands up like this. We're going to ask you to do front snap kicks. So you're going to bring your knee up nice and high. And because it's a pad, you're going to hold your foot sort of pointing downwards and you're going to flick upwards. So your knee up, and you're going to kick the pad and back down, ideally behind you. So hands up, kick the pad, back down behind you. Then you'll do however many you're told to do, you'll switch and you'll do the other leg. and back down. You might be asked to do some other kicks that we've done in class. So turning kicks and side kicks will probably be the ones that you get asked to do. If you get asked to do those, you're not actually being graded on them. We just want to see what sort of level you're at. So don't worry too much about it. It'll only be stuff that you've done in class, but the only one you're getting graded on this one is your front snap kick. We will probably also ask you to do the jump front snap kick, which I know is most of your favorites. So your kicking leg is going to be the front leg in that instance. Your non-kicking leg is going to come up. You're going to do that Mario jump. Ooh. And then your kicking leg is then going to kick. So from here, and then back down. So the other things you're going to be asked to do, you're probably going to be asked your theory. Well, you are going to be asked your theory. So you've got your card with your questions. The theory, we see it as the least important out of everything. Everybody learns at different paces. The most important thing is that you're having fun, you're getting better at what you're doing, and you're progressing in some way. The theory is important, but for a white belt, it's not too important. So later on in your journey, you can worry too much about the theory. But for now, just do your best, and you'll be asked to approach a table. So there'll be some black belts at a table, and they'll ask you by name to come over, and they'll ask you probably 3 or 4 questions, just to sort of gauge what level you're at. They're all questions that are on your theory card, so nothing too scary. And you don't have to get them all right, just do your best. We'll put that in on your scores. Okay, next up, you're going to be asked to do some free sparring. Now, it's non-contact free sparring, so you're not actually going to hit anyone, and you're not going to get hit. So it's nice and easy. What we're going to do is same as in class, so we'll do our chumbi, so our hands come up, hands come back down. You'll be asked to face your partner and chariot Q&A. So we have 2 chariots here, but I'll give you a demo of the traditional ITF one. So we're going to bring our hands in like this, feet pointing outwards, and then we're going to Q&A, Taekwon. And we say Taekwon because we're bowing to a person. So we say Taekwon. It's just a nice respect thing. Then you'll be asked to go right leg back into a guard. So our right leg is going to step back, our arms come up, come into a guard. And at that point, we do a key hap. So, hey! We're ready to go. Now, when the instructor's ready and he's seen that everyone's in positions and they've got their guards up, he'll then ask you to touch gloves. Obviously, you're not wearing gloves, but it's a phrase that we use in normal sparring. So it's just to get you used to saying that. Sometimes you'll hear me say fist pump. It's the same. So touch gloves, you just do a fist pump with your partner. Have your other hand ready though, because what you'll find when you actually get to doing contact sparring, you'll find that some people will touch gloves and then attack straight away. So keep your other hand up and you just touch gloves, and then the instructor will say C-Jack, which means go. And so you have to bounce around on your toes and start firing out some attacks. Now, you're not going to make contact with the person, so it's hard for you to show your skills, right? But actually, what we're looking for here is that you're controlled, you're showing off some good moves, like we can recognize what each kick is, and you're showing like a good attitude. So you're working hard. That's what we want to be seeing. So just do your best, and that's the easiest bit of the grading done, I think. Okay, line work. So you're going to be asked to do some line work in your grading. It's all going to be stuff you've done in class, so don't panic. We're always going to start from chumbi. So we're going to feet parallel. We're going to bring our hands up and come back down to chumbi. From here, you're going to be asked to do a number of different moves going forwards and backwards. They're all stuff you've done before. So it's going to be low block, middle block, and high block. Easy, huh? So all stuff that you've done before. You'll be asked to do a middle punch. And some of you will be asked to do a middle block with a reverse middle punch. Only some of you, so the older students, will get asked to do that. Again, if you're asked to do something and you don't know what it is, what you can do is you can put your hand up and you can ask for a demonstration. We will probably demonstrate anything that we think might be difficult anyway. In fact, we might, because it's your first grading, we might even demonstrate each attack, but we'll only demonstrate once or twice. So you have to be ready and paying attention and watching our demonstrator, and then you have to copy them. Okay? So your grading starts from the minute you turn up. So try and be on your best behavior. what we're going to be doing, we have a sheet and there's lots of different things we're marking you on. So how good was your Sajo-Darugi? How good was your front snap kicks? How good was your theory? Like, did you know all the answers? Brilliant. But we're also measuring stuff. So we have some extra stuff around your attitude. So did they try really hard? Were they polite? Did they say yes, sir, or yes, ma'am? Did they run to the spot? Or did they slowly go and walk over there? Were they messing around? Were they talking when they shouldn't have been? We're going to be grading on that as well. So it's possible you might pass your grading, but you might have a low grade because you were maybe not paying attention, or you were maybe being a bit rude or naughty. And so just try and do the best you can from the minute you turn up. And it really, really helps. The examiners are really impressed then.